Hey guys, it is Miki Same Unlimited, and today is Thursday. So Thursday is on my Banlist Beatdowns, where I take two cards on the ban list, and I switch them around, and I say, I think that they belong here or there, and I just give my overall opinions. The two cards that I'm going to be tackling for this week's episode is I'm going to be talking about The Grass Looks Greener, or That Grass Looks Greener, and Evilswarm Exciton Knight. And I personally want to see Exciton Knight at Limited, and I would like to see That Grass Looks Greener at 1 or 2. So Limited or Semi-Limited for That Grass Looks Greener, and me seeing Exciton Knight at Limited. Like the video, 500 likes would be the goal. And other than that, I'm going to leave my opinions. If you would like to see me tackle any cards on the Banlist Beatdown segment, leave it in the comment section below. Maybe I'll make your card, one of my choices, and I tackle it and I give my overall opinions on where it should go in the game, as for it being dangerous and it needs to get hit, or if I personally think that it should come back off the ban list. Now, starting it off, I'm going to be tackling That Grass Looks Greener. In my opinion, I believe it's a very fair Yu-Gi-Oh card. Being able to force yourself to play a 60-card deck doesn't mean you're always going to draw it. I've even tried it out with Lightstorms, and I do think it's a good card. It's a very good card if you draw it. But if you don't draw it, you're stuck with a lot of, cloggy things in your hand that could, in the end, bite you back in the ass. But, however, there are cards like Left Arm offering to get it quicker by dumping your hand and then getting it. In my opinion, I do believe that it's somewhat fair, but you can't argue with the facts that that card has taken the, fucking game by storm. And almost a lot of the time, if I want to say, maybe if you're dueling maybe 6 games, 6 random single games, you're at least going to find one person running a 60-card variant. And I feel like it's all thanks to That Grass Looks Greener. And I do believe it has left a big impact on the game. And you can't argue with the facts that that a few, 60-card variant builds have been topping in our regionals and topping in general. So I really do see it as a card that I know that will eventually get touched, because once you get it off, the amount of card advantage that you get is obnoxious. It's really obnoxious, but there are a lot of counter arguments that make this card fair. But I do believe that if this card went to semi-limited or limited, a lot of 60-card variant players wouldn't really want to play it anymore because you wouldn't draw it as frequently. And I think that if it was, because I don't look at this card and I say, oh my god, it's so unfair, because, it could be a mirror match. You could be facing a 60-card player and this card's almost going to do nothing for you. This card's going to be useless to you. And I know that from experience because I have tried it. In my opinion, I do think it should be limited though. However, another thing I'm going to say is that since the card just recently came out, I don't see Konami nerfing it or hitting it anytime soon. But I do believe in time, with our game, I do believe that this card should get some kind of nerf. I don't know what kind of nerf it should be, but it definitely deserves a nerf at one point, because this is not a card that's going to be like tumbleweed and just go with the wind. It's definitely going to continue being a constant thing in our metagame. So I would like to see this at least looked at with a magnifying glass and just say that this card needs to be touched at one point. The next card I'm going to be tackling is Evilswarm Exciton Knight. Exciton Knight and me are like 2 peas in a pod. I love all my rank 4 toolbox cards, and he's the only rank 4 toolbox card that's banned for me. For me, it's just, I was so excited when I saw, Tornado Dragon. I was like, oh my god, they finally made a rank 4 toolbox card that destroys spell and trap cards. Now all I need is Exciton Knight and I'll have my whole arsenal. Now, for me personally, Exciton Knight, a lot of people have mixed feelings. A lot of my friends say, oh my god, fuck Exciton Knight. He was so unfair. He was so fucked up. He embodied fairness. He was like, if my opponent has more card advantage than I do, I could nuke the field. In my opinion, there were not cards that couldn't keep him in check. We have Strike. We have Starlight Road. In my opinion, there were ways to keep Exciton Knight on lockdown. He wasn't that busted. In the end, yes, he did give you advantage because you would only play him to gain advantage. But in my opinion, I like that quality, because you need something in today's metagame that could actually shift advantage. Because in today's metagame, let's just say if I have 3 cards and my opponent has 6, you know how easy it is to get overwhelmed in 2 seconds, especially with stuff like That Grass Looks Greener. There are so many ways that one single card could turn into a fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 combo. You need to have an out to put shit like that in check. And that's why I liked Exciton Knight, because if my opponent has, let's just say, 10 cards on the field, and I have something like I could actually bring out Exciton Knight, I'm most likely going to get hit with Strike or some card to negate it. But in the end, at least it's an opportunity to hopefully make a comeback. And that's why I think Exciton Knight was fair. In my opinion, it's not like we don't have field destruction cards anyway. We still have stuff like Torrential. We have Raigeki. Especially now with Link Monsters coming out, you're never going to really want to be like, all right, I have my Link Monsters. Now I'm going to play Exciton Knight and blow up my own fucking Link Monsters. I just not something that I think most players are going to do unless you use your main extra monster card zone as Exciton Knight, but in the end still, I personally think that he's fair. I mean, a lot of people are going to probably feel very wishy-washy with that and not really feel like he deserves to come back. In my opinion, I'm just saying I'm one of the types of people that would like to see him come back. I don't think he's the type of card that gives you, like, full advantage. I don't think he's the kind of card that looks at your opponent and be like, now I won because of me. But in the end, you were winning. You had more cards than I did. I don't know. I think it's fair. So those were the two cards I mainly wanted to tackle. I talked about Evilswarm Exciton Knight, and that grass looks greener. So I hope you guys all enjoyed hearing my opinions, and my God, I fucking hate the summer, because for me, my allergies always go crazy. I hate it. So I hope that you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you would like to see me tackle any other card in the future on the Banlist Beatdown segment, leave it in the comment section below and maybe I'll choose your card. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. My Tuesdays are my weekly topics. My Thursdays are my Ranty Thursdays, where I do my rant-ons, my beatdowns. My Saturdays are my top 10s. And my Sundays are my 6-bit paint challenge, where I duel my subscribers. So I hope you guys all stay tuned, and my Saturday is coming up, which is going to be a top 10. So I will see you guys later in that video. So I hope you guys all have a great day and a better tomorrow.